Welcome to the Spiritual Connections Live. This is an episode that we on Ascending Soul's Journey. I do this for you so that I can help you understand some of the spiritual questions that you have regarding spiritual transformations on all different levels. Today we have a couple of really good questions, and I'm actually going to do a little bit of a different approach. At the end, I'm going to talk about a little bit more of the soulmate journey. Hi to you guys out there. Welcome. Hi, Queen of Cups. So nice to see you. Um, yeah, I just thought it would be a really good idea to give some of the people an idea of what they're looking at to heal through their spiritual transformation when we meet our romantic soulmate. It's very nice to see you. Um, yeah, so we have some really good questions, and I do have one spot still open for the psychic development class. So you guys remember that there is one. It starts tomorrow. Um, I do have one available. So if you guys are interested, send me an email tonight so I can get you set up for tomorrow. Um, Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start. And the first question we have is from Mandy. And Mandy's been wonderful. She asked so many brilliant, brilliant questions. How do you know if it's your actual intuition that you're feeling or thoughts slash ego? Well, that's a really, really good question. And all of us have a sense, excuse me, I itch, psychics, that's what we do. All of us have some type of a gift. We may not necessarily understand what the gift is, but we all have this sense of intuition, okay? So when we are thinking from our thoughts, from our ego, which is what she's asking, right? We are consciously aware of what we're thinking. We're consciously aware of the outcome. It's like we play it out in our mind before we execute that. Make sense? When it's coming from your intuition is a gut feeling, and it's going to be from the lower self. It's just like an automatic feeling that you have. That's your intuition, and you'll feel it in your solar plex area, or at least that's where I do, and many of the people I know that are in touch with their intuition, they can feel it in the same area, in the solar plex area. So that's a really good question. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure you can relate to that feeling where you get those butterflies in your stomach. That's your intuition talking to you. So I do hope that helps you, Mandy. We have another question. I've been told we have several soulmates in a lifetime, but my understanding always was that we only had one soulmate. The question is, do we have several soulmates or just one? Actually, we have soulmates on all different levels. We can have a mom who's a soulmate, a cousin. We can have a boss who's a soulmate, a best friend. We can have the banker up the street be a soulmate to us. Soulmates are put into our lives to promote healing and growth. So there's some type of a lesson that needs to be learned when we meet them. For example, a friend of mine had made a comment to me at one point in time, and we'd been friends for years. We're not now, but towards the end, before we cut ties, we severed ties, she had made a comment to me, and that comment was so highly profound. It actually was almost life-changing. Truly, it was. And she and we are soulmates. That was the whole reason she and I were brought together, was so that I could hear that one message. Now, she may have tried to tell me that a couple times before throughout our time together, and I didn't get the message, but in the end, I did. So that was to promote healing growth within me. That was to expand me in what I was meant to do on my life path, which is helping all of you. Now, romantic soulmates, okay, we can have more than one romantic soulmate. Sometimes people don't meet any soulmate on a romantic level. We all meet them on the other level, okay? The romantic soulmate has to do with relationships. Okay, they're put into your life to trigger you to go back and heal old wounds. Something that took place in the past, something that's holding us back from actually opening up, which is going to lead me into the next set part of this segment that I hope really resonates with you guys. So when you're asking if we have one soulmate, no, we have a multitude. When you're talking about romantic soulmates, we can have more than one. Some can have none. We have one life partner that we are meant to spend the rest of our time with here on earth after we go through every other relationship, preparing us for this beautiful, very special, very, very special relationship. We have one true eternal love. That is our twin flame. We do not meet our twin flame in every lifetime, but we are always with our twin flame on the other side. That is the true other half of our soul. So we have a twin flame, the other half of our soul. We have a life partner, the person that we are meant to walk in alignment with here on earth. That's after we've done all the healing. And we can have many, many other soulmates along the way. So leading us into that, since we're talking about that, a lot of you guys are actually, yes, yes. So they're asking if they can be the same gender. Your soulmate can be the same, your romantic, your life partner on any level, they can be the same gender. Your twin flame can be the same gender. What we're talking about is feminine and masculine energies. So like when I do readings, I do it for, it doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. There's still somebody who has a masculine energy and a feminine energy. So I'm an Aquarius woman, and you guys can see that I look very feminine, but I also really truly embrace my masculine side. Now that is very typical of an Aquarius woman. They can, like when you know, I have readings done, I can come up as you're welcome. I can come up as the King of Swords, okay, rather than the Queen of Swords. It depends on how I'm thinking. And being a single mother, I had to go from being a nurturing mom to a disciplinary dad, all in the same sentence. You know what I mean? It's like I really learned how to balance both sides of my brain. It's just a matter of how we think on the brain. So it doesn't matter what sex it is, you know, the relationship is with both people. So when we're talking about the soulmate journey, soulmates come together. They have this amazing connection. Okay, and you can feel this connection. It's just this very profound, very different than a regular relationship, not to discredit a regular relationship by all means. But the connection is deep. It's like we've known them forever. We can sit and talk to them. We trust them instantly like that, right? They're put into our lives to trigger us. So Tommy, my soulmate, triggered me to go back into my life and look at what needs to be healed. And I triggered Tommy to go in his life, and he needs to fix what needs to be healed within him, okay? Now, if we both are able to heal at the same time during that cycle, during that period of time, we will have an opportunity presented to us to reconcile our differences, talk about what took place, talk about everything that went, you know, that happened on both ends, and choose whether we want to move together or separately, okay? Many of us, the chasers, our issues have to do with abandonment issues. Abandonment, rejection, loneliness, and low self-esteem. They trigger us for something that took place. For example, mine triggered me. Something that took place in my life, but I had to go through the journey to figure out what it was. And what it wound up being was I was raised by a narcissist, so I was attracting narcissistic people to me. Right? So we really want to look at that. A lot of people can go through relationships and not even realize that they are, that they are actually in an abusive relationship until they are completely engulfed in everything. And what I want to talk to you about is some of the issues, and it's not just the chaser, it is also on the runner side. They also have abandonment issues, which is why they don't open up emotionally. And then the chaser is like, gimme, gimme, needy, needy, needy. And that's really not my style. I didn't do that at all until I met this particular person who triggered me, and then all of a sudden I became like this other different person, right? It's like we are stripped from all of our confidence. The universe does this on purpose. They strip us down so that they can rebuild us, and this is what I do with my guidance clients, okay? Abandonment issues, rejection, all of these things, low self-esteem, a lot of this has to take place with the way we were raised, the people that raised us in our environment. And oftentimes we are abused. And well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Hello. Oftentimes we are abused and we don't realize we're abused. We go out into the world with the belief system of whoever raised us, our parents, grandparents, caretakers, whoever raised us. Whatever they taught us is how we walk into the world with that belief system. So if we watch our parents fighting all the time, abuse, emotional abuse, calling each other horrible names, degrading each other, we will walk out into the world either doing it or meeting somebody who does it to us. So when we meet this soulmate, they're triggering us to go back and look. Now, what I will recommend for a lot of you is, and for those of you who are interested, I'm thinking I'm going to do a special class for healing. I want to do a video, but this is really something I think that we probably would want to do a class on. If you're interested in a class, let me know. I don't need very many people in it. So if you would like to do that, let me know. Send me an email, ascendingsoulsjourney@gmail.com. Now let me explain something. There are all kinds of abuse, all kinds of abuse. Sometimes, like I said, we don't even realize that we are victims of abuse until years later. Sometimes people are raised by a narcissist and they have no idea that they were really raised by one, because there's different types. Yep. One of the methods that narcissistic people, abusive people use is it's emotional abuse. That's one of the largest, that's the biggest way that they get you. They have to bring you in. They're nice to you. They bring you in. They coddle you. And then all of a sudden they say something negative to you. And you're like, what? Where'd that come from? What I'm going to recommend for you guys is to really look back at your past. Start with your parents. Start with whoever raised you. Start with at the beginning. It may not have even been your parents. It could have been, hello, it could have been somebody else that was in your life. It could have been a grandparent that you were around grandma and grandpa all the time, and your parents didn't even know this was taking place. But it's all about emotional abuse. And one of the biggest forms of emotional abuse that people on all levels use to abuse a victim is called gaslighting. And I'm sure some of you may be a little bit aware of it. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse that alters the perception of reality for the victim. And what I mean by this is they can literally create fake reality around them, which a narcissist does. They live in their own world anyway. They try to convince the victim that they're a little bit cuckoo, they're a little bit crazy. My first husband, who was a narcissist, I went from mother to narcissist to a husband who was a narcissist. Okay, I had to go through a couple of different rounds before I figured it out, right? But he used to call me a psycho. He knew I was psychic. He loved that I was psychic, but he hated that I was psychic because, see, the ultimate victory is to overpower the other person. The only way they can do this is by ripping you down emotionally. So gaslighting is when they create this fake illusion. They create arguments out of nothing. You can be having a debate with your partner and all of a sudden it turns into this argument where they're going to just stomp you and win the argument. And you're like going, wait, whoa, what happened? They cause and create confusion in our thinking. And after a while, they start telling you how you feel, what you're supposed to do, who you can be around. They start to kind of create a sense of ownership around you. All right? They limit you. If you grew up in an environment where you weren't allowed to have a lot of people come into your home, friends from school, maybe going to school functions, really take a look at what I'm talking about, because if you're in this journey, you may actually have been a victim and not realize that you have. Or you figure it's been so many years, you went to see a psychiatrist and it's all good and done, but it may not be. So really take a look at that. When we're talking about gaslighting, they create things. The name came from a movie. Thank you. Ah, super chats. I love that. Thank you so much. There was a movie back in, I believe it was the 1940s, called Gaslighting. And it was exactly about this, where the man overpowered his wife. They had this really great relationship, got married, and all of a sudden he started playing mind games with her. And what he would do is flicker the lights, turn the lights off and on, off and on, off and on. 1944, thank you so much. The movie was in 1944. So, and you guys watch this movie. If this resonates with you at all, if this makes any sense to you at all, watch the movie, do the research on this, okay? Knowledge is power. All right. So, in the movie, he started flicking the lights on. He would make the lights flicker, and she'd be like, "What's wrong with the lights?" He'd say, "There's absolutely nothing wrong with the lights." And this continued for a while, and then he convinced her that she's crazy, but he was really manipulating her. There are a lot of things that take place that we don't realize are happening around us. We get so wrapped up in the emotional abuse, we really don't realize that our self-esteem goes down. We have no outside people to help us. We're cut off from our friends. Oftentimes we're cut off from our families when we're involved with a person like this, especially a narcissist, okay? So it's all about keeping the victim in that state of insecurity, making them feel as though they are truly crazies. Like I said, my ex-husband used to call me a psycho. This is what he would tell our friends. Not a psychic, a psycho. Because he wanted to convince them that I was kind of cuckoo crazy. And he was the savior. And this is what they do. They want all the attention on them. Just as he was a narcissist, but this is what people who gaslight do as well. They may not be a narcissist, but they are definitely an abuser. So as you go through and you look at this, then they're the hero. So to all these other people, like him, telling everybody I'm a psycho, he's going to take care of me. He's going to get me the help I need. You know, all of this stuff. Well, that didn't work. I left him and said, F you, I'm out of here, you know, but I'm a little bit of a spitfire for sure. But this is what they do. This is how they do it. And they will play all these mind games on you. If you've come from a life of lifestyle when you were raised where there was a lot of arguing, there was a lot of fighting, there was a lot of condemning, there was a lot of watching mom or dad put the other person down, and most definitely to you and your siblings, take a look at this. Do the research, because that could help you in your healing process. Again, the soulmate triggers us to go back and heal those wounds, heal those issues. With my situation, I knew my mother was a narcissist, but I did not realize my ex-husband was one. So when I met my soulmate, I didn't recognize that until I was triggered to go back, and I had to go way, way back because I met him when I was 14, 15. So we'd been high school sweethearts. We were together for years. And it's really amazing when you look through and you see what they do and how they do it. And it's all about any form of abuse. is about overpowering the other person. And this is done through mind games. This is done through emotional abuse. So if you're in the journey and you have healing to do and you're kind of at a loss and you don't know what to do, start researching that. Take a look at all the information that's there and then turn around and look at it in relation to your life and see if I didn't catch all of that, but I will say that yes, you're. I didn't catch all of that. I'm so sorry. I didn't read what that was. But take a look at your past and see if there's a correlation to it. Because oftentimes in the soulmate journey, it is toxic. There is something going on. The person runs away. They don't talk to you, right? They ghost you. Ah, ghosting, that is one of the biggest traits of a narcissist. I am not saying your soulmate is a narcissist. However, they may have come from that type of an environment. But what they're doing is it's a form of power. It's a form of control. It's a way to keep you right here while they go figure out what they want to do. While they're with this person, all these karmic people who are going to hurt them. And then they recognize that they have to do their own healing, and then they come back to you in the end, one way or the other. Or they don't heal at all. Well, that would really suck. So Kevin's asking, what if they're both narcissists? That would be a horrible, horrible relationship. I actually do have a guidance client where both parents are narcissists. And it was very, very difficult for the children. Very difficult for the children. And those two people are still together, and they're going to wind up, dying side by side. They stuck with each other through thick and thin. Typically, when we're looking at a couple where both people are narcissists, one of them is the primary. One's the primary narcissist. And the second one follows the first one's lead. It doesn't matter what sex they are. It doesn't matter feminine or masculine. But one of them is the true narcissist. And there are many different versions of narcissists. Yes, it is power games. So Kevin, it's power games. Absolutely. There are different versions of narcissists. There's the outright blatant narcissists. We all know those. Those are those people that are like all self-righteous and it's all about me, me, me. I want to be in the spotlight. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Then there's the nice narcissist that comes in and they're super, super charming. They're super sweet. And then poof, all of a sudden they start going at different angles and they start wearing you down. What they do when they pull back from you, it is a mind game. It is about power and control. They will create arguments out of nothing. Again, I'm not saying your soulmate is a narcissist. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am not saying a narcissist, that your soulmate is a narcissist. What I'm saying is they may have come from that type of environment, which is what they also need to do the healing. You see, God's not going to put the two of you together if you're dysfunctional, because then you can't walk your spiritual path. If they're a soulmate and you were brought together by the divine, it is for a reason. It is to get you on your path so that you can walk your true path and do whatever it is that you were meant to do here on earth. So, in order to get the two of you on your right paths separately, you have to be healed. That's why they get triggered. That's why I always tell you the healing has to be done separate. My service is bad, but I want to send love and light. Thank you. Love and light to you too. So the healing does have to be done separate because the issues are separate. Absolutely separate. This one could come from a very abusive family where they shut down on love. This one could come from a narcissistic environment where they have to heal that. So it's separate. That's why I tell you guys when I do your readings for you, and I tell you that you need to not make contact with your soulmate. When you pull back your energy will force them to look at their own life because now they've lost you. Now it's going to make them wake up. If you keep chasing them, and it doesn't matter if it's a month or if it's 2 months, as long as you chase them and they can feel the energy, they can feel that connection, right? When you pull back and you redirect your focus on you, focus on your healing, they can feel that you're pulling away. The connection's still there, but they feel that tug of pulling away. Nice to see you too. Uh, and that's what makes them go, oh, wait a minute, they're leaving me. They're leaving. I don't know what to do. And then they start doing the work. Then they start feeling the pain of you being gone. But if you're constantly contacting your soulmate, they will never look back, and nor will you. For those of you where you're come from an environment like this, I do strongly suggest that you do the research. If you need help, book a guidance call. I would be happy to help you get through this. I know narcissistic. I know narcissistic. That doesn't make sense, Kevin. That means you know it, you live it, or you mean when you're actually really busy, they can feel it? Yes, they can. They can feel it. So what they were asking is, when we're really busy, can the soulmate feel that? The soulmate feels your energy in a different direction. So if we're looking at it like this, okay, and you're chasing the runner, and chase, chase, chase. Call me. Why aren't you calling me? Sending them 6 text messages a day going, why aren't you calling me? And then you turn around and you redirect your focus on you. You put it on you, your healing, your life, getting your life in order. They can feel that. They feel it. So it's a pull away. It's not completely gone. That is not cut. No, the connection's not cut, which is what a lot of you guys fear as a chaser. You fear if I don't contact them, they're going to think I moved on. Trust me. If you move on, when you have sex with somebody else, they can feel that too. Oh yeah, they know when you're involved with another person. Yep, they do. When you focus on you, you aren't even going to want to have sex with another person because you're focused on you. I'm going to fix this shit once and for all, right? I don't want to do this. I don't want to play these mind games. I'm going to fix me. I'm going to figure out what kind of person I want. I'm going to figure out what I want in a relationship. And then you start doing the healing, and they feel that. As you grow and expand and you're still looking this way, you're not chasing them, you're looking this way. It's going to force them. They're going to go through the mourning stage, the grieving stage. They're going to feel that. Where'd they go? Why aren't they contacting me? What's going on here? They do feel this. They do. Now, a lot of them will they continue to play the mind games even after you reconcile your differences. So if you've done the work, that won't happen. That will not happen because you won't allow anybody to do that to you ever, ever again. And they will feel you pull away. They'll feel it. They'll know, oh my God, they're really going to leave this time. This time it's for real. Trust me, you guys, when I tell you through your readings, when I tell you through anything that I do to redirect and focus on you, that's what I'm talking about. And I do hope that you guys really get this. Read up on gaslighting. Okay, she's saying she knows when her soulmate is having sex with someone else. Yes, you can. You know when they are. You know when they're with another person. You can feel it. The connection's still there, but you can feel something different. It's a little bit of a shift, right? Fix you. You can feel that shift in them. And that's how you know. You just know. It's intuition, right? In the beginning of this message is all about how do we know when it's intuition, logic, our mind, our ego. That's how you know. You'll feel it from the gut. You'll feel it from your solar plexus. So I do hope this makes sense. Thank you so much, Kevin. I hope this really made sense to you, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Again, if you need help, if you've come from an environment like that, book a guidance call. I would be happy to at least talk to you, see if we can help you through that call, or we can together move forward to help you fix whatever is going on in your life. So, lay it on me, guys. What questions do you have? I was going to go into a lot longer, but right on advice, focus on yourself. Absolutely, Sandy. Focus on you. Focus on you. Thank you, Kevin. Okay, so Empress is saying that okay. When you feel the connection, you know you're supposed to be doing the work. Even if you're doing the work on you, you see their name everywhere. You'll see their name all over the place. You just keep focusing on you. Focus on your healing. Figure out what inside of you is, I'm not gonna, I don't think the word wrong is the right word to use, but it really kind of is, right? Figure out what needs to be healed within you, and I assure you it is something to do from many, many years ago. Um, it's quite a journey. The journey is not about the relationship. There's an opportunity for it. In the end, there will be an opportunity to reconcile your differences. The journey is about you. It's about you figuring out who you are, getting back on your path, because we get led astray, especially when we come from abusive backgrounds. We automatically go out in the world off our path. We go in a different direction. Now, we have a sign on our forehead saying, hurt me. Okay. I'd really like to know when this healing journey is gonna, because I feel really tired. The healing journey is gonna end when your healing's done. How much healing have you done? It's all about you. There's, it really is within you. Some people can take 20 years to heal because they don't want to do the work. I do not do the work for my clients. I will never do the work for you. I've done my journey and it was hard. Simple, but it's not easy because you have to go back and look at things in the past. And the way I work with my clients is I go back in a method that takes the emotional side out of it. So when we revisit a very difficult situation, the emotions aren't there. It's the logic. It's looking at it from a logical point of view without those feelings, without bringing up that pain and anguish. When the universe does this with you, because they're healing you from underneath, and it is a slow process. It depends. You could have 50 different wounds in there that the universe and the angels are working on. And it's a matter of going in and releasing, healing it, and releasing it. I've been focused on my healing, but have given too much in the same breath. Yeah, it's really a challenging journey, but I promise you guys at the end of this journey is a life that you only dreamed of, that you probably thought your entire life would never happen. How to handle anger. Anger and impatience, my two. Okay. As we go through our own healing, Kevin's asking about how to handle the anger and patience when you're dealing with somebody. First of all, if you're in an abusive relationship, you need to walk away from the relationship. That does not mean give hope. That means you need to walk away from that relationship, because obviously staying in the relationship is not going to change it, right? You've been there, no progress. There's still abuse, correct? There's still the arguing, there's still the fighting and everything that's going on, the emotional abuse. So you need to walk away. That's the first step to doing that, is to walk away. Once you walk away, you need to go within you. Why did I attract somebody that is abusive? Why am I attracted to somebody that's gaslighting me or ghosting me, right? I've done so much about 2 years body on my own ground. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. She's saying she's done a lot of work over the last 2 years. The average journey, soulmate journey, is 16 to 24 months from the time you meet your soulmate until the time for the opportunity to reconcile your differences. That's the average journey. Now mine, 3 years, 3.5 actually. 3 years of separation. And I know some people that it's been 20 years. I have clients where it's been longer than that. I have one client where she has lived her entire life waiting for her partner to heal. She didn't get married, she didn't have children, and now she can no longer, she's past the childbearing age, so now she cannot have children. Whether she wanted them or not, the ability to do it is lost because she didn't move forward. She didn't do the work herself, because had she healed, it would have helped her partner heal. You see, you and your soulmate are supposed to help each other. You know that telepathy, the telepathic connection you have with them, how you can talk to them in a dream state? Um, that is meant to help each other. When you talk, and yes, you can argue in the telepathic state. You can, but normally it doesn't happen too often. Okay. So they're saying it seems like most narcissists are men. I totally disagree with that. I actually know more women that are narcissists than men. Personally, I know more women. That telepathic state is where the two of you connect through your mind, through your third eye, where you get to connect and you get to actually encourage each other. I love you. I'm very sorry for what, just wait for me. I am coming. Don't leave me. You guys actually help each other telepathically to go back, to heal those issues, because the love is real. The love is on the other. You guys know each other already from the other side, and you will go back on the other side and be together. I'm not saying they're your eternal love, but that's all about love on the other side. There isn't hate, there isn't narcissism over there. Nope, that's down here on earth. Hell is here on earth. That's my opinion. Always has been. This is hell. That's why we go through so much pain, because we have so many lessons to learn in this lifetime. And then we come back down in another lifetime and we have to learn lessons on a different level. So you, but women are always victims of men. I disagree. I disagree with that. That could be your experience, but that's not reality. There are just as many women who are abusers as there are men. My mother was 5'2", my father was 6'2", and she beat the shit out of my dad. I mean, there are so many different levels, and a lot of the people I work with, the female is the one who is the dominating factor. It's very easy to get the two mixed up. Okay, narcissists can do things in a very manipulative way where it makes them look like, I can't say that that's the majority, Aquarius. I really, I don't feel that that's actually, I don't know if that's really it. The majority of them are men. I disagree with that. I've had so many women that I've met, it's almost equal. Literally, for me, it's like equal. But the point is, okay, so they're asking, is meditation the best way to heal? Meditation is amazing, you guys. Meditation, now, I do not speak for other meditation videos. I speak for the video that I created with the help of my guides, with the angels. They told me exactly what to do. They helped me. There are 4 different sounds in my video. You'd be blown away. It's like all that work for that video. But that video is so powerful for my clients. Really amazing. Meditation helps you calm down, because when you're going through this journey, just in life in general, but definitely through the soulmate journey, you feel that sense of panic, right? You feel that panic and you can't get it out. And it's like, I don't know where it's coming from. Meditate. Meditate. Within minutes, you will calm down. And on mine, I guide you through it. Now, my voice, if you find my voice comforting, it will calm you down instantly, because in the first 5 minutes I talk. That meditation video is made to help you sleep. You're going through the soulmate journey, you cannot sleep. You're waking up at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every night for 6 months straight or longer. It depends on the person. But we go without sleep. Again, Divine is doing that intentionally to make you go back. They force us. I mean, you know, the Tower card, right? The Tower card is all about a change taking place in your life, a change that is brought on by Divine. That's what the spiritual transformation is. So they give you a lot of hints. You may meet a partner who's slightly abusive. Then you move on to a different one and they're a little bit more. Then you move on to another one. Then you meet your queen. That is going to be, it's on all my videos. All my videos I post, there is a link. Just go into the drop down and it says Guided Meditation by Lorianne. That's my video. And you can just click that link. It'll direct you right over to Vimeo. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, crap. Okay, going back to meditation. You're very welcome. Oh yeah, waking up in the middle of the night, my meditation videos. So a lot of people have great difficulty sleeping. We can't sleep. If we're lucky, we are walking all day, going to work on 2 or 3 hours of sleep, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, and it sucks big time. There were days I was driving, because mine lasted over a year of no sleep, like literally a year. And there were many days I was driving to work, autopilot, literally autopilot. I didn't know what was going on around me. I just knew I looked up and I was at work, because we are functioning on autopilot 3 times sometimes. Yeah, yeah. So Ruby's saying she woke up 3 times sometimes, and yes, you can. Typically, you're going to wake up around the same time of night. Check those numbers, because those might be your angel numbers. I believe mine was 222, and the other one was 315. I was waking up constantly at that time. And and 444 is an awesome number to get. Also, when my soulmate was going through it, I could feel his energy. I would wake up panicked. It was his energy that I was feeling, not mine. Hi, it's so nice that you're here. So, if you're looking to fall asleep, if you're looking to de-stress, if you're looking to calm down, and you definitely want to broaden the connection to the other side, because that's how you're going to invite the angels to come in and help you. They won't help you unless you ask, but you also have to believe. When you meditate, with my video, I cannot attest for any other videos, it will broaden that connection and it will help you. So when you go, as soon as I log up, because I'm not very IT inclined. I swear, you guys, I'm so bad about it. But I will, I have to fix this, so I'll post that. But look at the daily for today, you'll see the guided meditation on there. And yeah, so do you guys have any other questions? And also, remember, if you can identify with what I'm talking about, you can ask, as long as it's not personal, you bet. Like, I'm not going to tell you when Tommy's coming back. If you can identify with this, what I'm talking about, in the abusive environment, please do the research. Look up narcissists. Look up, okay. Look up gaslighting. Look up emotional abuse. Really look at it and then compare it to your life and see if that fits. If it resonates, book a guidance call. I will help you through that call if possible, or we will figure out a plan to help you overcome that. So she is asking a question, what does it mean when she dreams about her soulmate 2 nights in a row? It means that you and your soulmate are thinking about each other at the same time. It could mean different things, okay? It depends on how far you are into your journey. If it's the latter part of your journey, you've done your healing and all of a sudden your soulmate's popping into your dreams, like you went a period of time without them, without seeing anything, you don't feel anything, you feel like the connection might be broken, and then your soulmate pops into your dreams, good chance, 90% chance, that the two of you are going to be brought together, whether you find them in a restaurant, walking down the street, or you all pick up the phone and you call each other. The reconciling the differences is about ready to happen. Okay, so keep that in mind. Towards the end of your journey, you're gonna think that connection is broken. If you're in the midst of your journey, them coming into your dreams, they're talking to you. You're helping each other get through this. You're helping each other, triggering each other to do the actual work. So take a look at that. How can you tell if your soulmate still loves you? What are some signs? Your soulmate loves you as much as you love your soulmate. The two of you know each other from heaven, from the other side. And on the other side, it's absolutely beautiful. You guys, you will never see anything more pure and beautiful than it is on the other side. When you come down here, it's for a whole different reason. It's kind of like if you look at the world, you look at the universe, okay? You see the universe as a big hole, and in it is the earth. Earth is school. This is where we learn the lessons. And then we go back to the other side, if that makes sense to you. I hope that makes sense. Thank you. I love that you love my channel. I love that you're on my channel. So you guys will always have the love. Now, my soulmate and I, if we don't come back together, it's okay. Even my first one that I talked about, who is a narcissist, I love him. I do. I will always love him. I learned so much about me. I learned how to stand up for myself that I didn't know how to do. I was young. I was 18 when I met him and married him, I mean. So I will love that man till the end of time, but I am not in love with him. I would never be around him. If he and I were the only two people on earth, I'd probably be on the other side of the earth and do it alone, because I just don't feel that with him. I'm not in love with him. And I think people have great difficulty understanding the difference between being in love with somebody and loving somebody. You love your friend Sally. Yep, you love them. They're your friend. You're going to stand by them thick and thin. But you're not in love with Sally. You're not going to marry Sally, and you're not going to live with Sally forever, right? That's the difference. You love Sally, but you're not in love. So that's the same thing. So you and your soulmate will always have a very deep love. Now, as you go through the rest of your life, if you decide not to be together, you will think of them from time to time. Yep, you bet. And it will be happy thoughts, because they are the reason that you are now in a place of abundance and prosperity, going upward, living the path that you were meant to do, and you will be happy and free in a way that you could never, ever experience had you not met them. You see, again, they're put into your life to help you get on your path, whether you stay together or not. Love's never going to die. So when you ask that question, how do I know they love me? They love you as much as you love them. You mirror each other. The love is never going to die. I guarantee you, it could be 10 years from now. You guys pick up the phone, you will recognize their voice. Yep, you will. How do you know when you're in love? Well, that is a huge, broad question. Could you send that to my email? I would be happy to talk about that. That's going to take a lot of time. And I'd be so happy. Send that to ascendingsoulsjourney@gmail.com. Can you go back to feeling hopeless before union? I didn't experience that. I really didn't. I was, okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, so before union, you may feel like giving up. You may feel like saying, okay, I'm going to move forward. You know, I gave it up to you. It's been a year. It's been 3 years. It's been 5 years. I'm going to move forward in my love life. It's not giving up hope. It's not stop loving them. It's about you putting yourself first. Now that I've healed myself, now that I'm on my path, I have built the world that I love. 9 of Pentacles, right? Now you guys understand why I love that card. You do the healing, you do the work, you create this world you absolutely love. Now you're on track, okay? So when you get everything done, when you get it all lined up, and now you're ready for a real relationship, you know what kind of a partner you want, you know what kind of a relationship you want. And if they're still not back, you do have a choice. You can move forward without them. And many of us do. If what you told a past life relationship. See, it's super hard for me to read the really long ones. Yeah. I don't know what you meant by falling in love again. I don't know if you meant with your soulmate or with a brand new person. Oftentimes, let me tell you guys, remember how I said that you and the soulmate were put into each other's lives to promote healing and growth, to prepare you, to clear out all that bad crap, okay, that you've acquired throughout your life, right? You cannot be with your life partner until you are healed. Your life partner may be the soulmate that triggered you into this journey. It may be somebody else. They may be put into your life to prepare you for the person the man or woman right around the corner. Okay, and you're going to know, because what's going to take place for you to give up hope on them coming back, you're going to meet this other person's going to come into your life. God's going to put that person in your life. And as soon as that person comes in and you bond with them and you start creating a relationship, that's when your soulmate's going to come back, and then you'll have a choice. Then you're going to have a choice to make. So I do hope this helped all of you guys. You had really great questions. I couldn't read them very fast. I really